You're not gonna believe what our HOA president tried to pull. It all started when Grandpa finally got solar panels installed on our roof, something he'd been planning and saving for over a year. He was proud, said it was his little way of helping the planet Asterisk and Asterisk saving money. But just a few days later, we got a knock on the door. It was Mr. Keller, the head of the HOA, looking way too smug for someone just checking in. He said the panels violated some aesthetic clause and needed to come down immediately. Grandpa wasn't having it. At first, we thought it was just about rules, but then we noticed something strange. Late at night, Keller kept walking past our house, stopping to look at the panels, almost like he was measuring them with his eyes. The next morning, Grandpa found one of the mounting bolts loose. That's when he knew. This wasn't about neighborhood rules. Someone was trying to take them. So Grandpa did what any retired electrician with a grudge would do. He rigged the metal frame of the solar panels straight to the fence current, just enough juice to make sure no one got too close without thinking twice. What happened next? Well, let's just say it sparked more than just neighborhood drama. Grandpa didn't tell anyone what he did at first. He just went about his day like nothing happened, sipping coffee on the porch like usual. But we could tell he was watching, waiting. The fence current was low voltage, just enough to give a quick zap if someone tried messing around. He said it was just a little reminder to keep hands off what's not theirs. Now, let me tell you a bit about Mr. Keller. This guy's been HOA president for 8 years and acts like he owns the entire block. He once fined a neighbor because their front door was painted the wrong shade of blue. Seriously. So when he said our solar panels broke uniformity, we knew it was just his way of throwing his weight around. But this time felt different, more personal. Like he wanted them gone for himself, not the neighborhood. And it wasn't just us who noticed. A few neighbors mentioned Keller asking questions about the panels: brand, wattage, installation cost. One even overheard him saying, they don't deserve those panels if they can't follow the rules. That's when things started getting weird. Late-night footsteps in the yard, motion lights flickering on, and then something tripped the fence. But when we looked outside, there was no one there, only a single glove lying in the grass. Grandpa picked up the glove with a pair of tongs, like it was evidence in some kind of backyard crime scene. He didn't say much, just gave me a look that said, we're not crazy after all. We checked the security cam footage, but of course the feed cut out right before the motion light turned on, like someone knew exactly where the camera's blind spot was. That's when Grandpa really started taking things seriously. He added extra wiring to the fence line, put up a dummy camera out front, and started keeping his old electrician's toolkit by the door. Meanwhile, I started noticing weird things around the neighborhood. A crew truck was parked outside Keller's house for hours one day, unmarked, just guys in hoodies going in and out. I overheard someone say Keller was planning to install solar panels on his roof next week. Only thing is, ours were the same brand, same setup. Suspicious, right? I talked to Mrs. Donnelly across the street, and she told me Keller had already warned her not to get solar because it would attract unwanted attention. She thought it was weird at the time. Now she was starting to get it. And then there's the city permit issue. Grandpa filed all the paperwork, had everything approved, but when he checked again, it suddenly showed as pending. Someone was messing with more than just bolts. Grandpa was up every morning before sunrise, pacing the yard like a watchdog. He started keeping a little notebook, jotting down every odd thing: flickering lights, strange cars, even the time the trash bins were knocked over in the middle of the night. It was like someone was testing us, seeing how far they could push before we snapped. The weirdest part, every time we tried to talk to the HOA about the solar panel approval, we got the same answer: we're still reviewing your case. But we had the original stamped permit. Grandpa even had it laminated. Then one night, just past midnight, we heard a sharp clang from the side of the house. Grandpa grabbed his flashlight And I followed, heart pounding. The metal frame around the solar panels had a deep scratch in it, like someone tried to pry it off. The motion sensor light didn't come on, which was strange because it worked just fine the day before. And the dummy camera, gone, cleanly unscrewed, like someone knew it was fake. Around the same time, Keller started acting nervous. He didn't wave when he walked by anymore. He stopped his morning power walks past our house. And then we got an anonymous letter in the mailbox. No return address, no name, just one sentence. Asterisk, take the panels down, or we will. Asterisk. That's when Grandpa said, it's time. But he didn't say for what. The next morning, Grandpa didn't make his usual coffee or read the paper on the porch. He was in the garage, digging through old boxes, pulling out wires, switches, and a dusty voltage meter. He wouldn't say what he was building, only that it was for insurance. I tried to press him, but all he said was, they want to play games. Fine, I'll give them a circuit they'll remember. Later that day, I noticed something strange. Our solar app, the one that tracks how much energy the panels are generating, started showing sudden drops, like someone was siphoning power. Grandpa thought maybe the system was glitching, but when he checked the inverter box, one of the wires had been clipped and reconnected, like someone had tampered with it. That's when we realized this wasn't just about stealing the panels. It was about asterisk stealing our energy asterisk. That night, we stayed up waiting. Around 2 a.m., the bat gate creaked open. We watched from behind the blinds. A figure moved through the yard, low and careful. But just before they reached the side of the house, something unexpected happened. The yard lights didn't turn on, but the neighbor's floodlights did. And standing there, frozen in the bright white beam, wasn't Keller. It was someone we never expected, and he was wearing the city inspector's badge. Grandpa didn't hesitate. He flipped the main flood switch, lighting up the whole yard like a stadium. The man froze, hand halfway to the inverter box. And sure enough, clipped to his belt was a city inspector's badge, real one. But here's the twist, it wasn't his name on it. Grandpa stepped outside, calm but firm, flashlight in one hand, phone recording in the other. You've got 5 seconds to explain who you are and what you're doing by my system. The man stuttered, looked toward the street, clearly rattled. That's when we saw it, Keller's SUV idling with its lights off, parked just out of view. The fake inspector muttered something about routine inspection, but when Grandpa mentioned calling the police, the guy bolted, sprinting for the fence and dropping the badge in the process. We called it in, and by morning, the real city inspector confirmed the badge had been stolen. Turns out, Keller had been trying to delay and discredit our permit so he could fast-track his own install through a buddy in the department. The goal? Get our panels removed and resell them on the quiet through a shady installer. It was never about HOA rules. It was a personal hustle. But just when we thought it was over, Grandpa got another letter. No threats this time, just a photo of our breaker box, taken from inside the garage. That photo changed everything. Someone had been asterisk inside asterisk the garage. Grandpa took it personally. We upgraded the locks, added a real camera system this time, and even had a licensed electrician double-check every connection. The police opened a formal investigation, and turns out the fake inspector was tied to an unlicensed solar installer that had been flagged before for stolen equipment. Once everything unraveled, Keller was forced to step down as HOA president. The board claimed they had no idea, but a few neighbors admitted they'd been suspicious for a while. As for us, we kept our solar panels, fully approved, fully functional. Grandpa made sure every wire was clean and secure, and even started helping neighbors with their own installations, giving honest advice and sharing what we learned. The whole thing brought the neighborhood closer, in a weird way. People started talking more, questioning rules instead of blindly following them. Looking back, it wasn't just about solar panels. It was about standing up for what's right, protecting what's yours, and not letting intimidation win. Grandpa always says, Power's not just in the wires, it's in knowing how to use it. And yeah, the lights on our house, brighter than ever.